My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Cobalt Core. We're going to be doing as we said in the end of the last episode, which is using the Tide Runner. The Tide Runner, of course, is the ship that immediately after you play the leftmost or rightmost card in your hand, you move left or right, respectively. At the start of combat, you also add an anchor to your draw pile, which will prevent that when drawn. But of course, you can just play the anchor. And if the anchor happens to be the leftmost or rightmost thing in your hand, playing the anchor will also allow you to move. Outside of that, we also have the Memories of Drake that we're working on, so we're going to be exploiting her attacks. We've got Books here, who has access to a lot of zero-cost cards and the ability to use cards to add zero-cost cards to her hand. Those zero-cost cards, as you might imagine, would be very powerful for movement. There is this missile bay here, and if I start getting some drones out, I think I would feel pretty good about that. Let's go. Yeah, with only 4 max hull and 3 max shield, we gotta take the debris here. And then we can remove it and upgrade and get 1 of 3 random common cards. Let's have a look at our map. Ooh, what? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do it, but I'm probably gonna die, but it'll fine. It'll be 1 death within 20 minutes. Then I can start another run. That's still completely feasible to have like a full episode, not being 3.5 hour long at least. So, knowing that, I should probably make the most aggressive decision here I can. Upgrade a card. So upgrading a card for EMP Slug to damage is a pretty good way of trying to secure that I will actually have some damage on the board. I can do the same with the attack drone, but then it comes down to my placement, and my placement might not be that great. There's an upgrade after the first fight. Okay, I'm gonna go with the removal of the debris and the addition of a card then. Combustion engine, move as far as your heat in a certain direction. Hot compress, gain a health and a temporary shielding, but also lose that health to your hull damage from overheat turn after. Explosive slug, literally just to have a big hit in the deck. It's piercing as well. That's not nothing. I do want to actually use the heat in this deck if possible. I'll take the explosive slug. I haven't really used the heat mechanic in a strange fashion. Okay. Crystal Shard in hand, I'll move 1 over, and then I'll Crystal Shard to move 1 further over. I'll even throw an attack drone down on the field and gain 1 basic dodge. All of that movement, and I didn't even have to use any evade. Hit him with an EMP slug and an explosive slug as well, why not? Oh, I should have done the explosive slug first. I could have prevented the enemy from gaining 2 shield there. With the anchor in hand, I'm not capable of moving at the moment. Unfortunately, I will have to remove that in order to be able to have any sort of a successful turn. Leaving the enemy on 3 HP, take him out with the EMP slug, easy. Combustion engine, unpolished crystal, and parallel shift. A second copy of parallel shift is not bad. Will probably provide all of the drone shift that I need for the full deck. Combustion engine is also a flippable free movement. As long as I have 1 heat, this is already pretty good. I'm gonna take a combustion engine, actually. Oh, what was your voice again? Skiddle-dee pop, children. Hey, it's the Wither Child again.
Hello, sir. I was studying some of your spells from last time, and...
Hey! That's withered plagiarism! There's a 4-hour video I want you to watch!
Sorry, sir!
Now plagiarize this, you scoundrel!
Yes, sir!
Oh, that's sick.
Hey, I like the yay olde ship vibe. We should ride this thing more often.
That yay old ship vibe being that it is made out of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Wood. Wood was the word I was looking for, as it turns out. Combustion engine, move 1 space over. I'm gonna move so that I can fire a basic shot, mage hand, and then corrupted core to get out of dodge as well. Take no damage that turn. Solar wind. Mid-row objects are moving right. Got it. Unfortunately I can't really do too much to the enemy this turn. I'm gonna get the anchor out of my hand and then just start dodging away. No! Isaac is missing! That 100% sounds like a creepypasta YouTube video from the era of like mid 2010s. Or like an indie game that like Matt Pat would have absolutely lost his mind over. It's something, it's in that realm somewhere. Triangulate these elements, you'll get the game. Putting an attack drone down on the field would be nice. I'm gonna generate a crystal. Parallel shift, and then I'll crystal shard and attack drone. And with all of that... Oh no, the parallel shard draws on it! Dang! Alright, well, unfortunately I have to move again in order to not take a ridiculous amount of damage though. Let's burn the anchor out so that I can crystal shard over to the side. No, I'm so poorly lined up to actually fight this thing. I'm gaining some additional block at the absolute least, but unfortunately the enemy is making my deck much worse at a much faster rate than I can tolerate right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my Hazmat A, because I do have to burn that out of my deck at some point, then a basic shot to get out of the way so that I can use a Toxic and Parallel Shift to get entirely far away from the enemy's actual fight there. Thankfully, I am now actually in a position where I can start doing some damage again. Let's use an attack drone to move over, and then I'm gonna strafe you with some shots of the basic varietal. Combustion engine's coming in classic here. I'm gonna have to use the anchor to get rid of the enemy's placement though. I will combustion in the wrong direction as it turns out. Thankfully it doesn't matter as I managed to line myself back up with the appropriate places. I'm gonna use a basic dodge, move one over to the left, and then I really want to EMP slug you. I'm gonna have to deal with some overheat here for having done so. Oh, I had Toxic Corrode as well. Look, that path was a nightmare anyway. I was taking the riskiest ship and trying to take it on the riskiest possible path on the first floor with an allotment of characters that, look, they do have potential for damage, but they don't have much potential for health, and neither does the ship. Alright, look, it's fine. Let's go again. Debris. Alright. Oh, there's a 3 elite path. Oh god, and it's really good too. Great tier random kinds, do type A. I mean, the attack drone does become very powerful on type A, I'll take that. Basic dodge is now 0 cost, and parallel shift gives me 2 drone shift rather than a move and a drone shift. Pretty happy about that, actually. I'm gonna get the basic dodge and the anchor out of the deck. Use debris and a basic shot, move entirely out of the way of the enemy, do a damage to him. Unpolished crystal signs me up to be back in line with the enemy for my mage hand. 2 damage to you, 1 shield to me, thank you. And I'll take some mid-row object removal. Let's drop an attack drone. And then an anchor, basic dodge, corrupted core. I can happily burn out the rest of the things, not lose my drone, still deal damage to the enemy. So I really want to be on the left-hand side of the enemy a lot of the time because I'm trying to line up my cannon more often than anything else. This is a good one though. Crystal Shard 1 space over, lines up the EMP slug to prevent the enemy from doing any damage this turn. And I'll follow up with another basic shot, please. Ooh, an attack drone? You shouldn't have. I'll launch another hit on the enemy and gain even more drone shift, keeping my attack drones ready for any future turns they might be relevant in. Such as this one, where they completely block the incoming damage and also kill the enemy before the enemy could do anything. Another copy of EMP Slug, Desperate Measures, and Firewall. A firewall that I can upgrade to reduce our heat would be good. I'll take it. Okay. I'm gonna basic dodge 1 space over. Launch an attack drone to line up with a weak position for an enemy. Basic dodge 1 space over. And you know what? I will go for the fire. No, firewall will put me back in the worst position. I'm gonna end my turn here. Got a drone out doing 2 damage per turn. That's pretty good to start with. Drop a crystal shard in hand. Sure, another 2 damage. Why not? I'm gonna heat sinks 1 space over and it'll move me 2. And then if I play a parallel shift, I can move the drone over 1 space as well, burn 8 debris out, drone does another 2 damage. Oh, we can see how reliant I am currently in this fight on drone damage for doing any, because this is going to be another 2 shield to the enemy. I have some concerns about that. Yeah, I'll go for the fight for the moment until something like this happens. Okay, I'm gonna use an anchor, drop a basic shot to move 1 to the left as well as do some damage, and then happily put an attack drone out on the field. I can move 1 space over if I didn't want to take any shield damage here. Not too relevant to me, I don't believe, though. 2 basic shots right across the hull, and a parallel shift for even more drone shift for a future turn. Perfect. Oh, I would be over the moon to... No, I don't. Okay, first I'll fire the mage hand, then the basic block. Incoming is 3. I think I can accept that 3. Actually, no. I'll fire another basic shot and I'll drone shift the targets over by 1. I will still be losing 1 of my drones, but I'll be taking no damage and taking no status effect. One, 2, 3. EMP slug. Moves me over. Basic shot. Moves me back. Basic dodge to line me up with the enemy. I move here, I fire a basic shot, I move 1 space over, I can drone shift and then summon an attack drone, and these drones will do enough damage in order to take the enemy down. Bubble field? I mean, I really don't want to be overly reliant on those drones, is the thing. Shift shot hits the enemy and then immediately moves them 2 spaces to the left. That could be really good. So here's our shit, right? I hit them with the cannon, they move 2 spaces to the left. A lot of the time, that is going to be exactly what I want. No, I want to move them to the right. Right? Yeah, because I want to shoot them off the bow on the other side. Okay, shift shot left is actually bad for us in this instance. Not what I'm looking for. Swizzle shift. That's some neat movement. A little bit of a tech for the old gems. I don't think I need it. Bubble field. I'm gonna take it because there are geodes still capable of being gotten here. Huh. Oh, we can try and batch up the hull. Woohoo! I get my hull repaired for free.
Wait, I'm almost done stacking this card castle.
Says Books at the very end. I was expecting to have to get drawn into another fight there, so I was just not even really going to consider the conversation, rather. Basic dodge 1 space over. Shard in hand. Move 1 space over. It lines up an attack drone with the enemy. Love those. And I'll burn out the corrupted core. I'm happy to throw a bubble field out there for a little more protection. Currently, I'm not taking any damage. I'm going to use this turn to burn out the debris, gain some drone shift, as well as gain a shield. Definitely time to get some damage on the enemy here. I'll play an anchor, moving 1 space over and hitting you with an EMP slug. Moving directly back behind for safety. Crystal Shard will line me up with you, and then I can hit you with some basic shots as well. Even managed to develop an attack drone. Yeah, I just want to generate resources this turn as well. Get out of there. And then 1 space over to the left. Woohoo! Gotta keep the attack drone alive. Use an anchor and then basic shot, crystal shot to draw again. Another basic shot, drone shift them over by 1, and I don't have to worry about anything hitting me. I like that attack drone as well. Alright. Fine. Not doing a ridiculous amount of damage that turn, but it's okay. Incoming is 1. Carries a status. That status, you are Drake. That status is going to be a burn. So I can take a couple of those without too much issue. That's it. I could also just play the Anchor, Mage Hand, Anchor, Crystal Shard, Basic Shard. Get completely out of dodge. And not have to worry at all. Bubble field to apply to both of my attack drones would be more impressive if I cared about them. But it is in the right side of my hand. Sorry, the right side of my hand, by which I mean the left side of my hand, so very useful in this instance. into fire. Summon an attack drone and then move that over, and that's it. That's all they wrote about Drake. Flashpoint, exothermic release, and battalion. An opportunity to put up a bunch of drones at the same time, especially with the bubble field already in the deck, seems appropriate. I'm taking the battalion. Grimoire. Gain a crystal shard at the start of combat, but there's also energy refund. Gain 1 energy after you play a 3+ energy card. We do have a 3+ energy card already in the deck, and that's the battalion. I like having the ability to do something after that. Enemy can't hit me where I currently am. Well, I mean, if they can't hit me where I currently am, I'm gonna use a Corrupted Core, a basic shot, and gain some drone shift. I don't need to move if I get a free turn like that. Currently incoming is 1 damage. I'm not so threatened. Let's go attack drone into bubble field into basic dodge. I get extra resources and I even keep that drone on the field. Crystal Shard in hand with the ability to draw and cycle us past something is always nice here. And honestly, that and burning out of debris and the block, 1 more damage from my drone. I'm making progress. Let's use the battalion. And then I can basic shot the enemy and use a crystal shard to move back to no longer be taking a hit from them. Let's go for an anchor into basic dodge, moving over. I'll move 1 space over manually as well, summon an attack drone. I don't know if I want to get a bunch of drone shift here. I feel like 2 drone shift is enough for me right now, and I don't want to change my position. Let's move those 1 over to the left, hit him with a bubble field, and then get a crystal shard. Sure, pop a mage hand, moving 1 space further, 1 more space, and that'll have to do. Got some shielded fighters there. I got 2 basic shots that are lined up with the enemy hull. Seems good to me. Basic shot, and then I can summon an attack drone to defend myself this turn, as well as deal another damage. Basic dodge gets me 1 way left. Heatsink wouldn't really help that much. One, 2, basic shot. And then I can drone shift these over for lethal. Just need to make sure I lined up enough shots with the brittle area. Rock Factory. Launch an asteroid at the start of each turn. Oh man. That's gonna interact poorly with the battalion. Solar Flare could upgrade. It cancels all enemy intents and also gives us 2 burn. Zircon Zip, that's a really good way to generate a bunch of evade here. I do get some evade. I think with Zircon Zip I would have all of the movement that I need in this deck. but for what it's worth, I think I probably already have all of the movement I need in this deck. I do want to find a world where I can afford to play Rock Factory. I just don't know when that world is. It's in a deck that does have Isaac, but isn't using Isaac for missile or drone damage? Huh? I don't want to take Zircon Zip just because the attack in my deck is already really low. I'm going to take it, but I'm going to be pretty sad about it, I think, at some point. Heal 1 after each combat, or your first attack each 10 pierces. I'll take the first attack each 10 pierces, thank you. Every 4th turn, gain an overdrive. I'm going to be upgrading the battalion to give 2 Mark IIs. Basic, and a block. I don't really need to be in the same line as the enemy this turn. I play Mage Hand, I don't even hit the enemy, I get another block and I move away. I'm not even going to use the Crystal Shard here. Perfect placement for the battalion. And I'm going to move 1 space over and put another attack drone down as well. Bolster the battalion. Okay, it's definitely parallel shift. I can move those over by 1. Crystal Shard, Corrupted Core. I'm just trying to burn out things here. I don't really need to Zircon Zip, but it does give me another evade. Oh. Right. That was the problem. I lined myself up with the enemy hits there. Oops. That was obviously not intended. That's okay. We've got a squad trained on the enemy there. Take him out. Avid Reader, another bubble field. Oh boy, I don't think there's position for 2 bubble fields in this deck. Avid Reader, attack for 3 damage. It's not a ridiculous amount of those. Volatile Vapor. 3 damage, but I lose max capacity for shielding. I'm gonna take Avid Reader because I need damage. Heat Distiller. Dana Serenity every 3rd turn. Love that. Should give me the ability to actually play EMP Slug for full damage, the full 5 there. Let's get this attack drone upgraded to also be a Mark II, and now it's time for the fight. Attack drone, and then I'll use Zircon to zip. I was going to use parallel shift, but unfortunately at the end there I realized that that was actually going to cause me more harm than it was worth by running my cockpit into a poor area for that to be in. Okay, I'm just going to go for an anchor, debris, and I'm not even going to use heatsink here. I'm still getting damage on the enemy. I've still got that drone out there. Nothing wrong with that. Let's drop a Corrupted Core and a basic dodge. The Crystal Shard in my hand, use that to draw something. Bubble Field. Oh, would it be nice if I could have used that. Oh well. I'm going to draw with the Crystal Shard first. Parallel shift 1 space over, fire an EMP Slug. And I'll avoid 1 shield damage with 1 movement there. There's the big battalion. And a firewall for an additional block. Gonna have to anchor out of the ship and then start moving left. Zircon zip over there. I'll take 1 damage and deal 2. This is not an incredible fight on my behalf. I'm gonna EMP slug 1 space over and then fire an attack drone. Now without Zircon zip upcoming, parallel shift still in the draw pile, I'll use a drone shift to save myself with these 2. Okay, so we've got 10 damage remaining for this fight. Let's use a parallel shift. And a bubble field. 1 single movement ourselves invested in that gets us to a safe position. Ooh, Avid Reader is going to be triggerable this turn. Love that. Basic dodge, crystal charge. Let's play a block and a shot. Avid Reader for 3 damage. We'll only be taking 1 to our own shielding. Basic dodge into 2 basic shots. I can firewall 1 space over, but then I don't even get the Avid Reader effect. And I move my cannon from being lined up with the enemy. EMP slug for the kill. Alright! That was a tough floor. But I've got a lot of resources now. I've got my drones both upgraded. I've got, you know, the energy refund, the overcharge of the piercer. A heat distiller as well. It could certainly be worse. Medusa field, definitely don't want that. I'm not looking to turn them into geodes, thank you muchly. Serenity. Even more charge of Serenity. If I have this as well as the heat distiller, I'm suddenly in a position where I feel like I can include basically any heat in the deck and it's fine. Get a non-temp crystal shard. While I do like the non-temp crystal shards, I will be taking Serenity here. Ooh, a 0 doubler. I've got Serenity. I've got a basic dodge in this deck. I could upgrade heat sinks to be 0 cost. I guess I wanted more than those. Alas. 2 additional cards per turn are drawn. You're offered 1 less in post-battle rewards. On pickup, remove 3 cards from the deck, or 0 doubler. The first time you play a 0 cost card each turn, do its actions twice. Let's do that. Now I'm going to be moving my way towards more 0s. It's an inclusion in this deck. Very happy to have Serenity now. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at this. I even put a big crystal shard in hand, move 1 space over. Let's fire a mage hand at you and then burn a debris out of the deck. No hitting me, and I keep my Serenity as well. Wow. I'm gonna move all the way over here. And then Battalion Pop a single Serenity, drawing 2 and gaining 2 more Serenity, drawing 2 cards, gaining 2 more Serenity. And then finally, parallel shift so that I'm ready to move my drones. Love this aggression here. Keeping that trend up. Let's drop an attack on the field. And realistically, I don't actually need to do much, but I will move further away. Let's gain double that basic dodge. And I'm going to end my turn, because we've already got the enemy dead with the amount of attack drone 2s we have on the field. Space Mine, Missile Shot, Explosive Slug. Alright. I don't know if I'm in a position where I want to include any more of these midline objects. Explosive Slug with the upgrade to B, with 2 heat on it, and then neglecting that with Serenity and still just doing 4 piercing damage, that's pretty sick. That sounds like it's worth an inclusion here. Unfortunately, both of the elite paths are 1 upgrade, 1 relic, 1 elite. Generate double basic dodge. Move 1 space over. Summon the drone. 1 space further over. And Avid Reader, 3 damage against the enemy. I've got a attack drone Mark II out there. And I'm not especially lined up with all of the enemy's missiles. Certainly lined up with some of them, mind. Okay, let's anchor. And you know what? If I bubble field, I just move 1 to the left, all of those missiles are going to die anyway. And I know the following missiles aren't even going to get anywhere near me. Incredible. I'm going to line myself back up with the enemy so that I can actually afford to attack them a bunch. Because I do have to get some damage on them at some point, and my battalion has already gone through the cycle. Serenity for the double draw here. I'm going to drop a heat sink and then a basic shot. And a single corrupted core to end that out. I can allow both of these missiles to fly through the center of our ship without doing anything to it. Don't even touch the sides. I'm just going to safely move out of the way here. Gain 1 more shield. Sometimes turns have to be like that. Battalion A will take out that Seeker missile for me. Drop an Explosive Slug, and then Mage Hand just taking out the enemy's basic attacks there. Crystal Shard gets doubled in effect. And they can even use Zircon Zip to gain some additional movement. That'll do it. Solar Flare! I was really happy to see this come back here, because I am gonna have Serenity, so it's effectively a 1-cost full stun of the enemy. After I upgrade it, of course. Hey, Dahlia. I think it's totally reasonable for me to cancel all their intents for the first turns, just so I can get set up a bit faster. Let's burn this anchor out, use a block to move 1 space over, and I'm fine with a firewall for an additional block as well. Move 1 space over, use the battalion. And then I can even fire an explosive slug to move 1 space back to the left. So what we're looking for here is now drone shift, things that would give me the ability to actually manage these spaces a bit better. Double up on Serenity. I'll throw out the basic shot. Parallel shift. The crystal in hand. Move 1 space over. And I'll move 1 further space as well, lining myself up to actually just take the raw damage there. Zircon Zip will line me back up with the enemy's attack. I can fire an explosive slug in as well. Basic dodge. Woohoo! I'm also going to drone shift over so that their missile collides with the shield drone. Let's put an attack drone out on the field. And then just bubble field. I'll keep these. These are mine. Debris to move over to the left. Use a basic shot, then a firewall and a crystal shard to move all the way over. I think I'm now lined up for the kill. By which I mean, I've had the kill for so long this turn. Overkilled by 5. Small boulder, heatsink, and space mine. No thank you on all of those. Serenity drawing 3 cards twice? Even if it's only in the first cycle, that's ridiculously good. Oh, this is a classic resource gain turn. Basic dodge. Firewall. Parallel shift. Corrupted core. Burn them all out. Don't need to worry about them. Incoming damage this turn would be 2. Big old double Serenity. I'm gonna heat sinks. Oh, that doesn't move me right now. Got the anchor in hand, eh? Unfortunately, this means the enemy is going to be diluting my deck. Which I was trying to avoid, alas. That's fine. Let's drop a bubble field and a mage hand to defend and move over. Big battalion. I'm gonna burn the anchor out and then gain some crystal shards, so that I can translate that into... Actually, I'm also... Clock's coming up, solar flare's coming up. Cool. I'm gonna move this one over to the left as well, so that I can keep my attack drone. There's another attack drone, and then a bubble field afterwards. And in fact, with one drone ship to the left, I can prevent myself from taking any damage here as well, and also deal full damage, as one of them is armored otherwise. Double up on the basic dodge. Parallel shift as well. I'm just gonna throw the solar flare at the enemy also. It's not as good as it possibly could have been, but it prevented me from getting another Abyssal Visions into the deck, which is very useful at this point. Abyssal Visions and then Heatsink moves me 2, 1 naturally and then 1 further. I need to get all the way back over here to the other Zircon if possible. An attack drone certainly might help me in that. So would another Zircon Zip. I keep looking at the flippable symbol in the bottom rather than the actual movement symbol on the board, and it keeps causing me to make mistakes. Oof. I'm gonna go 1, 2, Explosive Slug. Double up on the Crystal Shard effects. Bubble Field, and then Basic Dodge. Trying to make sure that I actually get to consistently utilize the drones that I place down, rather than just, you know... They were there, and now they're done! Woo! Let's move those over one space, and then EMP Slug for a bunch of damage. Crystal Shard to draw twice. Let's burn out an Abyssal Vision to move 1 further. I don't think I really need to worry about this fight anymore. The enemy's down on a ridiculously low amount of HP. It's just gonna happen. 1 over, Explosive Slug. C. Medusa Field, large boulders. Explosive Slug again? No, I don't want those. Ignition Coil. While at 3+ heat, all your batteries do +1 damage or gain 1 extra energy on the first turn. Gain 3 extra drone shift on the first turn. Love it.
Oh, double up the Serenity Bee.
Perfect. Put an attack drone out on the field, unpolished crystal draws another crystal into hand. Ooh, if I did that first, I would have been able to put that Valiant out. Dang it, dang it. Thing is, I want to use the Avid Reader, so I'm looking to use one attack and then another. Let's go Parallel Shift and then the Avid Reader for 3 damage under the armor there. Basic jump once to the left, explosive slug back to the right, basic dodge for double dodge. And then I think I just accept a hit here. I use a mage hand and just cop 2 damage. It's both against shield. If I use Anchor and then Zircon Zip, double spaces over to the left. I can line myself up to remove another thing from the deck. Okay, 1, 2. I'm gonna EMP Slug, moving 1 space over. Explosive Slug, moving 1 space back. 1 space further back, and then I just await whatever damage will help me kill the snoot. Boop the snoot. Just a couple times with basic shots until they are dead. Firewall Mining Drill and Zircon Zip. Nope. In excess to the resources we need at this point, thanks. Zircon zipping over to the right 2 times seems bold, beautiful, and a handsome play. I'm only gaining resources that turn, I don't have to worry about anything else. We've got a Serenity, so I could just drop the Solar Flare on him this turn as well, a little bit more stalling. And I think I will. I'll even Parallel Shift A so that I can deal with the enemy's missiles as well as my own. Speaking of dealing with the enemy's missiles as well as my own, there's the Battalion A. I'm gonna put the Crystal Shard in hand and play that. -1 energy on draw, eh? Maybe play a mage hand, -1 energy on draw, parallel shift back in the other direction. And I will use a single movement here so that I'm no longer lined up with missile, and I'm also no longer lined up with the draining effect. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to see there. Let's use a Corrupted Core to move over to the left. Summon another attack drone. I'm going to use a basic block and then a Crystal Shard to go double over. Now, this is so that the Seeker Missile no longer lines up with the cockpit and doesn't hit us for brittle damage, so it'll only hit us for the 2. Zircon Zip for some extra resources here. Then I'll burn the anchor out, a basic shot. I can move 1 space over for 2 damage coming out of the drone. Gotta hit him with the EMP slug there. I'll move 1 space further over. Explosive slug as well. Alright, 3 health left on the enemy. Can I have 3 damage, please? As it turns out, absolutely. Our damage is still not good, by the by. Aggressive armoring. So it does 3 damage. And then it does 2 damage. It armors the position it hits at, and it would be doubled by the 0 doubler up to a total of 5 damage with 0 energy. Block Evolution A isn't bad. It's just 1 shard, and we have full block. I think I should take Block Evolution A, actually. Here for our upgrade, I really want more damage. So Explosive Slug getting 2 more damage for still 1 cost seems good to me. I mean, this is obviously a Serenity B turn here. How do you know? How do I know that? Because it's in my hand. That's all it needs. I'm gonna use Battalion A to launch out the battalion, and then I'm gonna Solar Flare the entire enemy. 4 damage against the enemy for free, 1 shielding against myself, and I still get all the other effects going on. It's sick. It's sick and it's nasty. Oh man, I really want to bubble as well. Use a basic shot to prevent the enemy from summoning one of their missiles there in the missile bay. And then bubble field my way back to safety. I could use a single drone ship to prevent a missile summon for another turn, but the thing is, that missile summon may not even be relevant to me. Because unless I move back in that direction, it's not gonna hit me. Let's put a crystal shot in hand. I can fire Explosive Slug B, taking out the ship. Double up on the crystal shard. I'll move 1 space further over, summon a drone, and even get another basic dodge. Get him. Oh my god, another attack drone, that's so sick. I'm gonna Zircon zip across, and then drop that attack drone. And I'll use a Block Evolution A just to dodge out of the position as well. Alright. There goes my entire armada. Send the basic showdown in the field. Pop a debris as well, and then Mage Hand to move 1 further space, only 1 incoming damage from the enemy, and I'm lined back up with my shield drone in case the enemy wants to move over here. Perfect, making that shield drone a relevant part of the fight again. Gotta play out the anchor, the shift, and then boom, move 1 space further over. Double up on the crystal shard. Easy EMP slug. Now I have no incoming damage. And heck, I'll go for a basic shot then. Well, when I say no incoming damage, I mean no incoming damage to my hull. Still lose 1 shield there. Double up the crystal shard and we can draw more cards, thank you. And that'll do it. Explosive Slug B for the kill. Oh, I still need more damage pretty badly. Thermal Battery is pretty sick though. Medusa Field and Rock Factory. I'm seeing a lot of rares that I have to turn down. They're not necessarily mutually exclusive with everything we're doing, it's just they are very anti-synergistic. Thermal Battery. I'd be doubling this effect as well, so I would want to make it the draw. So it draws 2, gives me 2 energy, and 2 instances of heat. That's still pretty tough. High Frequency Intercom. Draw 2 more per turn. That was pretty good. Gain 1 energy every turn. Your ship's cannons become weak at the start of combat. Weak cannons? I think I can deal with weak cannons. The extra energy would definitely be useful. I mean, easy as hell. Serenity. How much setup can I get done this turn? An attack drone with a bubble field on. Block evolution, attack drone moves further over, and then a bubble field for them. I'm completely outside the enemy's jurisdiction here, and I've got a shielded friend. One space further, I fire the big battalion. Explosive Slug B and a thermal battery. I don't even know if I'll need to use the thermal battery. Yeah, I mean, guess it was kind of useful-ish. Ugh, I'm gonna have to burn my hull if I really want to use it. Basic block, basic shot, basic shot. Debris. And then I'll use 3 drone shift to move them over so that I'm not taking damage and I'm still inflicting my full 6. Lose 1 more drone. Yeah, this is a great time for that EMP slug. Can't be permanently removed. Remove that. And then also a heat sinks. More evade. Ooh, love that. Oh my god, love that so much. I use a crystal shard to move 1 to the left and draw 2 cards. Attack drone goes out on the field. Bubble field. Now they're all bubbled. Thermal battery. Now I have the energy and cards played in order to throw an avid reader at the enemy. And then I just watch them die to the drones. Love it. Bubble field A. You know what? At this point, yeah, I think I'll take another bubble field. This one's already upgraded. I have enough energy now to consistently, if I draw the battalion and the bubble field on the same turn, play the battalion, get the refresh, the refund from that, and then play the bubble field, which is a very powerful turn. And it gives me 2 drone ship now as well. Thermal battery needs to be upgraded to draw a card, so that's actually useful.
Oh, my brain itches.
You all again.
An extraplanar being! Neat!
What do you value most?
It's probably still damage, to be honest. Annoyingly, I don't think I can do anything with the rest of this turn. I need to just wait. Okay, this turn, though. Drop the double Serenity on him. The double Serenity is what I'm hoping to use to get the Battalion and the Bubble Field in the same head. I mean, they could still be in the future of this head. Basic dodge. Thermal Battery A, draws a card. It's not the Battalion that I was hoping for. Legitimately, I think I'm actually going to have some difficulty in this fight. And I think it's best dealt with by throwing big hits at them. But the thing is, they're ready to wake up on turn 2. Fine. Two incoming hull damage here. Guess I'll have to deal 1 incoming hull damage this turn. Love that. Solar Flare, and I don't need Bubble Field if I'm doing Solar Flare. So it's attack drone, debris, and then Solar Flare. Here's the thermal battery doubling that we were looking for. Oh my god, and there's the Battalion as well! Woo! 1, 2, Battalion. Then, Bubble Field. Hit him with a Mage Hand. Probably don't want to use the basic shot there, though. 6 more damage against the enemy, we get him. Flashpoint. Attack for heat. Then end your turn. Solar Breeze. Drones move right and draw a card. I don't think I want any of these. I think I want my others to be 0 duped. +1 max hull. Yeah, that's way too late to get adaptive plating. 1 energy every 3rd turn. Sure. A 1/3 of an energy every turn. Oh, wow. Okay, first up Battalion. Put a Crystal Shard in my hand, I'll play the Crystal Shard out. And then I'm gonna Zircon Zip away. And fire a single basic shot against the enemy. That's all great. What setup? And now I'm prepared for any turn where I happen to draw into Bubble Field. Okay, big explosive slug. There's that Bubble Field. I'm gonna risk a hull damage here. I'm gonna need to draw exactly heat sinks in order to prevent it at this point. And I draw it. Hell yeah. So I'll play that. Now I'm no longer overheating at the end of the turn. I'll use more bubbles than I know what to do with. I still have a Serenity, so I can use the Solar Flare happily this turn. Getting some additional basic dodge. Solar Flare my way over, and then a basic shot and a basic shift. Why not? I'll use one of those shifts to move my drones over so that I'm actually firing consistently on the enemy here. 2, 3. Get another drone in there and then just push them all the way over. Got the firing squad ready. Missile shot, another attack drone. Hey, I'll take it. Yes. I think that's probably all I need now. Heal booster. Every time you heal, heal one more. It's definitely double serenity. I'm gonna get the anchor out of my hand, basic dodge 1 to the left so that I can summon an attack drone in safe position. Oh my god, the enemy had auto dodge? I wasn't accounting for that literally at all the entire time. Oh, I feel really silly now. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I already have auto dodge up. Yep, that makes sense. Yep. Yep. Well, let's get a crystal. Incoming damage to turn would be 1. Sure, I'll block that with temp. Let's use a solar flare to cancel all of the enemy intents, bubble field, and a corrupted core. Just trying to set myself up with some better resources here. Okay, let's thermal battery as well. Didn't draw what I wanted, but that's okay. Attack drone, and then I'll move those 2 spaces over for the battalion to come out. One, 2, 3. I'm gonna move 1 space over here. Avid Reader. I can use Mage Hand to line back up with the enemy and fire on them again. Trying to get as much damage on that turn as I possibly could have. Definitely time for a bubble shield here. Oh my god. That Seeker is going to be a nightmare. Let's play that Crystal Shard and double its effect. Burning the anchor out of my ship so that I can Zircon zip. Okay. All right. I'm not in a great position. Another attack drone here if I want it. They're going to dodge fully left out at side of the shot. And that'll get him done. EMP Slug plus the Attack Drone Mark II for the finish. Missile Shot, Parallel Shift B with the ability to pick up 3 drone shift. No, I have enough drone shift. I'm fine. Ah, the Rusting Colossus. Do like this fight. Let's drop the battalion. Move them 2 spaces over, summon another anchor. Okay, 6 damage to the enemy. I only lose one of my drones. 2 of my shield, but one of my drones. Firewall's not really gonna be helpful here. I just want to get out of your way. So basic shot, I'm now out of your way. Can use the Zircon Zip to move 1 further as well. Which gives me the ability to pick up a shield. Okay, incoming this turn, much lower. Serenity B. I do want Serenity B double played here. Yeah, there's the bubble and the drone I was looking for. So I can summon the drone and then I can bubble both of them. Put a crystal shard in hand just so that I have that ready to start cycling around the deck. And then I'll spend 1 movement getting back into position. Let's burn out the Corrupted Core. Move you all over 1 space. I don't love how much damage I'm going to be taking this turn, but I'm going to be taking that much damage this turn, so I should probably just deal with it. Ow. Ugh, my hull. Yeah, it's definitely Solar Flare time. Goodbye, Rusting Colossus. Scattershot. That moves them to the right, which is where I want them to move. I move 2 to the left. Yep, Scattershot's what I want. Resonance Fork. Fill your shard to full at the start of combat. If you end your turn with 0 energy, more than 0 energy, rather, gain a shield. Gonna go for the Resonance Fork. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if I should actually rest here. I think it'll probably be more impactful than anything else. I'm gonna repair the 4 hull.
I'm going in. Don't wait up.
Looks like I'm going to be doubling up on a thermal battery here. Boy. So this is just gain resources, the turn. Fine. If at the end of this turn I have 1 Serenity, 3 evade and 5 drone shift. Can't be too mad about that. One basic shot, moves over to the left again, does 3 damage. Incoming is 4. One single movement, and I don't have to worry about the incoming damage from the enemy. Unfortunately, I do lose both of the drones I set up there. Oh, debris trash and bubble field A. Worst timing, buddy. Oh. Let's burn out the trash, dodge, debris, everything, and then I'll use a bubble field. So I take 1 against my shields this turn, but in exchange for doing so, I can do so much more. Let's use the battalion now. Get him out there on the field. Scattershot at this point would move the enemy 2 spaces right, which means both of those would be lining up with empty spaces against me, including 1 completely empty. And nothing else would be firing at me except for the heavy missile. Right, I'm moving 2 spaces left as well. Yes, that's important. Because, oh boy, because it changes everything you see. Let's move y'all over 2 spaces now, actually. There we go. I'll gain a shield. I'll do 4 damage. And I have enough drone ship that this is more than reasonable as a move for us. Get that crystal shard in hand because it's going to draw us 2 cards here. And now I definitely want to go for the attack drone and then bubble. That'll be good. I get to keep both of them on the field. I only lose 1 shielding. Ooh, another opportunity to put another out like that. Let's do it. Move 1 space over, summon another attack drone, parallel shift myself back to the original space, bubble field. I can do 3 more damage if I'm comfortable moving the drones over by 1 space. I'll do that. Yeah, no, I have so much drone shift, it doesn't make sense to be precious about that. Solar Flare seems totally appropriate in this instance. I'll move 1 space over and hit him with an explosive slug. Buh. And then Zircon zip my way to much more evade for future turns. You know what? I'm happy losing a single hull in order to get through some more of the trash in the deck with the Thermal Battery A this turn. It's certainly been worse. Go 1 space over here, 1 space over here. Basic shot, basic shot, basic shot. 1, 2... I'll get trash, dodge, block. Alright, 6 health remain. How are we going to do that 6 health now? Thermal battery's certainly going to have something to say about that, I can tell. Put another drone down in the field. Get the anchor away, move those over. I'll fire a basic shot to line up my next one. Heatsink moves us 2 spaces further as well, and the drones have it. There goes Cobalt. Honestly, nothing super shone this run. Like, there were some cool things going on, for sure. But I didn't need to get ridiculously powerful to win this run. I just needed to manage my resources better. That is thrilling in my position, because it means there is much more versatility in the system than looking for a broken run and then trying to expand upon that as much as possible.
Why do you bring your weapon to this place?
In case I need to shoot anything? What a stupid question.
You are my least favorite.
If you can't take the heat, just stay out of the kitchen, eh?
You are in my kitchen.
Totally agreed. I don't like Drake as much as the rest.
Hey, Riggs. Long time no see. Yeah. How did you, find me? Oh, don't worry about that. I heard I got a real job. Yeah, I fly a light freighter. I make deliveries of some kind to a science vessel. I don't really know what they're doing there. I do. They're testing some kind of advanced hyperdrive. Oh, wow. How do you know that? I've been asking around, watching traffic logs. The hardware and materials heading there are high-tech stuff. Rumor is, in their reactor core, they've got some kind of time crystal. Wow! What's time crystal? It's worth about both of us to retire 1,000 times over. Interesting. Look, Riggs, I know you said you wanted out of the game, but if we pull this off, it could be the last. I'm in! Oh, I had like a whole pep talk ready for you. Don't bother, what's the plan?
Riggs. I think I now know from whence evil Riggs comes. That's a victory for us right there, and the Tide Runner on the hardest mode. We're going to be cycling back around to Ares, and of course, hopefully, succeeding our next run with Drake. Until then, though, my name's Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Cobalt Core. Top left is a serious playlist for all my content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendation is down below. Streaming past the names of the people who are generally supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsyPlays and our above the thank tier. And a special thanks this episode to 3D. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.